What if the biggest change in your life didn't begin with money, luck, or opportunity, but with a single thought? In a small village where hope was fading and struggles were real, one simple belief transformed lives forever. This is not just a story of survival, it is the story of the power of positive thinking. In a quiet village surrounded by green fields, flowing canals, and dusty pathways, lived a young man named Ayan. The village was small, where everyone knew each other, where mornings began with the sound of roosters crowing, and evenings ended with the soft glow of lanterns. Life in the village was simple, but it was not always easy. Most people depended on farming, daily labor, or small shops to survive, and uncertainty was a part of everyday life. Ayan was different from many others in the village. While most villagers often complained about droughts, poor harvests, and lack of opportunities, Ayan believed deeply in the power of positive thinking. He often said, "Our thoughts shape our future. If we think we are defeated, we already are." Because of his hopeful nature and constant smile, villagers affectionately called him Roshan Dil Ayan, Ayan with the bright heart. Ayan worked on his family's small piece of farmland. The land was not very fertile, and every year brought new challenges: unpredictable weather, rising costs, and limited resources. Yet no matter how difficult things became, Ayan never lost hope. He believed that every problem carried a lesson, and every hardship carried a hidden opportunity. One scorching afternoon, after finishing his work in the fields, Ayan walked toward the old banyan tree near the village well. It was a place where villagers gathered to rest and talk. There, he noticed Ram Lal, an elderly farmer, sitting alone with his head bowed and eyes filled with worry. Ram Lal was known as a hard-working man, but recently life had been cruel to him. Ayan approached gently and said, "Chacha Ram Lal, you look troubled. Is everything all right?" Ram Lal sighed deeply. "Nothing is all right, son. My crops have failed again. I'm buried in debt, my health is failing, and I feel like I have lost all hope. I don't see any future left for me." Ayan sat beside him and placed a comforting hand on his shoulder. "Chacha, I know things seem dark right now, but believe me, a positive mind can light even the darkest path. Let me tell you a story." Ram Lal looked up, unsure but willing to listen. Ayan began. "Years ago, in a nearby village, there lived a farmer named Mohan. He was just like you, honest, hard-working, and deeply connected to his land. One year, a terrible drought destroyed his crops. The next year, floods washed away whatever little he managed to grow. He lost his savings, his livestock, and even the respect of some villagers who began to see him as unlucky. Mohan had every reason to give up, but instead of surrendering to despair, he chose to change his mindset. He told himself, "If my old ways aren't working, I must learn something new." Instead of cursing his fate, he started observing nature more closely. Mohan noticed that water was being wasted during the rainy season, while the land remained dry during summer. With borrowed books, advice from agricultural officers, and guidance from experienced elders, he learned about water conservation and crop diversification. Though people laughed at him for trying something new, Mohan stayed positive. He built small water channels, planted crops that required less water, and even started growing vegetables along with grains. He failed many times, but each failure taught him something valuable. Slowly, his land began to respond. His crops grew healthier, his yields improved, and his debts started to reduce. Within a few years, Ayan said, Mohan not only recovered, but became an example for surrounding villages. Farmers came to learn from him. All this happened because he believed his situation could improve and acted on that belief. Ram Lal listened silently, his eyes fixed on the ground. "But son," he said softly, "not everyone is strong like Mohan." Ayan smiled. "Chacha, Strength does not come before hope, it comes from hope. Positive thinking does not mean ignoring problems, it means believing that solutions exist. Inspired by Ayan's words, Ram Lal decided to change his outlook. Instead of sitting under the weight of despair, he began taking small steps. He spoke to fellow farmers, sought advice from agricultural officers, and explored alternative crops. He even encouraged his younger siblings to learn modern farming techniques. Months passed. The changes were not immediate, but Ram Lal noticed something important. His mind was lighter, his energy stronger, and his confidence slowly returning. He no longer woke up feeling defeated. Instead, he woke up with purpose. One morning, Ayan saw Ram Lal walking toward the fields with renewed determination. "You look different today, Chacha," Ayan said teasingly. Ram Lal smiled faintly. "Yes, son. For the first time in a long while, I feel hopeful." Meanwhile, Ayan himself faced a major challenge. A sudden storm destroyed a large portion of his family's crops. The villagers expected him to be heartbroken, but instead of despair, Ayan gathered his family and said, "We will rebuild. This is not the end, it is a lesson." He encouraged his younger siblings to continue their education and taught them to believe in themselves. He started experimenting with organic farming and small-scale dairy work to supplement income. The path was difficult, but his belief kept him moving forward. Slowly, Ayan's efforts paid off. His diversified income protected his family from future losses. His optimism began to influence others in the village. People started seeking his advice, not because he was the richest, but because he was the most hopeful. One evening, the village head organized a meeting under the banyan tree. Ram Lal stood up and spoke with confidence. "I once believed my life was over, but I learned that as long as hope lives in our hearts, nothing is truly lost. Positive thinking gave me the strength to act." The villagers nodded in agreement, many reflecting on their own struggles. Ayan listened quietly, his heart full. He realized that positive thinking was like planting a seed. At first, it shows no result, but with patience, effort, and faith, it grows into something powerful. As time went on, the village slowly transformed. Farmers experimented with new methods, children dreamed bigger, and people supported one another more than ever before. Life was still challenging, but the mindset had changed. Standing at the edge of the fields one morning, watching the sunrise paint the sky golden, Ayan whispered to himself, "Positive thinking doesn't change the world overnight, but it changes the person who changes the world." This story reminds us that positive thinking is not blind optimism. It is the courage to believe in better days, the strength to keep moving despite setbacks, and the wisdom to turn challenges into opportunities. Whether in a bustling city or a quiet village, the power of positive thinking can shape destinies, heal broken spirits, and create a brighter future for individuals and for entire communities.